Apex Online Racing is sponsored by Elgato, who created this lovely stream deck. For more information about the stream deck, the link is in the description below. Good evening everybody and welcome along once again to Apex Online Racing. This is season 19 of Xbox One F1 and tonight we're at round 4 here in Suzuka for the Japanese Grand Prix. Suzuka has hosted the Japanese Grand Prix in all but 2 years since 1987. It was originally a test circuit and was constructed in 1962 where it mainly hosted Honda motor cars. Suzuka is most famously known for its figure 8 layout in Sector 1 and also 130R. Let's hope the drivers don't get caught up in incidents here today. Historically, Japan has held major title deciders. Some controversial ones include Senna versus Prost in 1989 and a memorable one being Damon Hill in 96. Let's have a look at the track. 5.8 kilometers long, 18 turns with 8 to the left and 10 to the right. It only has one DRS straight which can be found at the start-finish straight after the Casio Triangle. It joins Monaco as the only 2 tracks to only have one DRS straight, which means drivers have got to be on their A game a lot more today and be a lot more smart in terms of strategy. The first Formula 1 race was held back in 1987 with the race lap record set by Lewis Hamilton. As always, it's a 50% race which consists of an 18-minute qualifying session to decide the grid with 27 racing laps at a race distance of approximately 153 kilometers. 3 compounded tyres used for today's race. As always, the softs, which is the C3s, the mediums, which is the C2s, and the hards, which is the C1s. We'll most likely see softs to mediums or mediums to softs, but we might see a mixture of strategies. The mediums being 0.5 seconds slower than the softs, with the hards being 1.1 seconds slower than the softs. Let's have a look at the championship standings. We've got BSR Ewan, who's taken the lead after a really incredible win from last week with 43 points. Jam Pancake in second in the Mercedes. We got Adam Du with a very strong performance as well in third place, helping out his teammate brilliantly there. We got SR Boberts in fourth, Flying Rosie fifth, XR Lynx fifth, BSR Antoine, not impressive result last week, but hopefully he can improve this week in seventh. We got Hawk in eighth, BMG Cleanser in ninth, and Humperdinck in 10th. Looking at the bottom half of the grid, we've got Pietro Macho in 11th, LGS in 12th, FCT Raven in 13th, and T10 Amaze in 14th on 1 point. Everyone else has yet to score a point. Okay, so looking at the constructors, we've got Haas leading quite some margin actually with 71 points. We've got Mercedes in second, Renault third, Racing Point fourth, Toro Rosso fifth, McLaren sixth, Alfa seventh, Williams 8th, Red Bull 9th, and Ferrari in 10th. So quite close in the constructors as well as in the drivers as well. My name is Jess, one of your commentators for this evening's race. And finally, I get to introduce him to you. It's been a long time coming, but finally, no technical issues, no Xbox Live issues. And he is here to commentate with me for the rest of the season. And we would like to welcome into the AOR commentary box, Dicer46. Dicer, it's a privilege to have you in the commentary box.
Thank you for having me. It's though I have missed the first 2 races and Xbox kicked me out of Spa, but it's good to be here, and especially around a track that is, it's a very racy track. It's a nice fast track and high concentration, so it's very good to be here. Finally.
Yes, I hope these guys would give a good race for both of us. I'm sure of that. It is quite difficult to overtake around this circuit, but I'm sure, like we've seen in the other tiers tonight, that is not going to change anything, as we've seen some great battles, close battles, in particular with PS4 F1 earlier on today as well, which is absolutely brilliant. Hopefully we might see the same today as well. So we're going to head to the track now as qualifying has just begun, and we have got some pretty people who are in contention for the Drivers' Championship already. Everyone is pretty much out except Raven, who's in the pits right now. And how important is it, Dice, to get a good lap around this circuit? I think either I can't hear Dice or I'm not able to hear him. I'm not entirely sure. But oh well, whilst we wait for him to come back, we've got Connor Eddy, who's just on a lap right now as he's going through just past the Casio Triangle there as he comes across the line now, and it is a 1:29, but I think, no, he's just about to start a lap. So I think he just cut the corner there just to make sure he gets a lap pretty quickly. And we've got VSR Ewan. I need to get the tyres up. That would help, Jess. Anyway, VSR Ewan, 1:27.3 right now, as he was last week's winner in Britain. He was a new driver at the start of the season. I did see a Mercedes go on out of the circuit as well. And I'll just need to check if my mic's muted on the party. Hopefully it's not. And I've just disconnected from the party. So, yeah, I think it's either me having issues or Dice having issues. So I'll just join back. And not a good start to the stream with me disconnecting everywhere. That's why I'm keeping an eye on the Xbox party as much as I can tonight. And can you hear me again, Dicer? Sorry about that.
Hello. Yeah, alright, I'm back again. More lovely Xbox issues.
Oh, it's not me. It's not me then, is it?
I'm not sure. It could be anything.
It could be anything, yeah.
the luck of my commentary in AOR is not strong at all.
Yeah. I was about to ask you a question and then you couldn't hear me. So, how important is it to get a good lap around this circuit due to the fact there's less overtaking opportunities?
Oh, definitely. You definitely want to get a good qualifying lap in. And really, the only thing that could probably save you if you're back at the back of the grid is a safety car. If someone can't keep it consistent, you could switch onto that harder compound tyre and run to the end of the race if it's early. But other than that, it's not the easiest spot to overtake. It's just a lot of fast corners and really nowhere to really stick your nose in without taking out your opposition. So you really want to set a good qualifying lap if you can. But it's also a track to it's quite hard to keep off the track limits. You've definitely got to be running on the edge of your toes, and it's not an easy track to pick up if you haven't been doing practice. So this will really show who's been practicing and who's not this week. But some decent times so far from everyone. Everyone's really on their A game and proving that they can set a good lap straight off the bat.
Yeah, definitely, and we obviously with Ewan with his good time as well. Link's not that far behind as well, and everyone is on the soft compounded tyres, and as I said earlier, softs is probably the tyre that they're most likely going to get on into qualifying. But I'm seeing a lot more people on these soft tyres more than the mediums, and I thought they would set banker lap times on the mediums. It could tell me something. It could tell me that they just want to get their best lap possible, or they might tell me that it's a little bit of rain on the way. I don't know, but if there's a track where rain is possible, one of these two of the tracks that are most likely to have rain is Silverstone and Japan. Silverstone, we didn't get any rain last week in the race, but we did get some in qualifying. Whereas Japan, we haven't seen any rain so far, but you never know. We'll have to wait and see what happens.
Definitely, this track is very, very prominent for its rain. Same with Silverstone. But it also could be that this track is a longer track. It's 1:27 lap times, around about there. So it's really, it's a track where you're going to want to be putting out lap times instantly, because even on balance, it's going to be quite hard to do the outlap, get a lap in, come back in, and then do the same over again. So we've seen, I think it was Adam dude, he's switched onto the softs now, but yeah, maybe they're just trying to set fastest laps straight away, because if they can get as many laps in as possible, then there's that even higher chance of them getting a good position. And especially with how hard it is to overtake around this track, it's definitely needed to get a good qualifying position.
Qualifying I saw from PS4, I didn't get a chance to see PC due to the fact that I was prepping for the stream, but it was a 1:26.7 or 6 set by Faster Racer, so these guys are not that far from the PS4 pole time right now, which is great to see. I mean, these guys are so competitive. They're in the Xbox One F1 tier for an absolute reason, and due to the fact that it is a short season, any mistake will cost you. And one thing I just got to point out, the toe, especially around this corner that I'm on board with Z-Tech now, 130R, that is where we'll probably see a lot of teamwork come into force here at the moment, due to the fact that obviously you can help your you can help your team. You can have maybe the slower guy, or maybe even both of them have one person have a go first, try and have the one not going for a lap up in front, whilst the other guy who on the fast lap try to get some good speed. And another track that is like that is Monza, which we'll be at next week. So, you know, I think only one team hasn't got all their drivers in, so they're not going to benefit. I think that's Hawk in the Alpha. Everyone else has got their teammate to rely on. So expect to see a lot of team games, I think, today, Dicer, as well.
Literally, as you were saying that, the Toro Rossos were towing each other through 130R, so they've been they're definitely working together to sell that time, and it's clearly worked.
Wow.
First and third now, that's definitely worked for them. But yeah, if you can just get your team out and they outlap and you just sort of hang around towards the end of the lap, you can really benefit through some tow because it's very fast towards there, and it's clearly worked for the Toro Rossos, and maybe we'll see more teams doing it. It's a very feasible strategy, and there's nothing really against it. So and I feel like they might be doing it again.
Oh my word! I think they're going to do it with who's out in full. So I think we saw Renault probably trying to give a tow as well. But this time the person giving the tow is Pietro, and then Lynx is going to be ahead as well. So they must be watching the stream, surely, because as soon as we talk about tows, bam, right on cue, they're doing a tow call towards 130R, and they're going to do the same. So we're just going to follow Lynx just to see, because we didn't catch it on stream. You can see Pietro's just leaving enough space to give Lynx some best possible speed going into course 130R, and I mean, Pietro's going to find sort of some space to move out the way. And as you can see, look at that. Purple in sector 2. It's definitely working. And Pietro's just finding the most late possible moment to actually let a Link past. So that's surely going to be a quick lap for Link. Is he going to prove our cars right? Yes, it does. Wow, a 127.1. That is quick from the Link. So we've got a Toro Rosso 1 and 2. And then Ewan just smashed it out of the park with a 127.0. I don't think his teammate helped with that, but he was purple in the final sector. But
to
wow,
be honest, it could have been from the two Toro Rossos, because he did set that straight after. He set that straight after, so he could have been just tagging along with Lynx there, and he would have got double. So that would have been that could have been a master plan from him, to be honest, because Adam dude, he's on a flying lap, so he wouldn't have helped. Yeah, that could have been an absolute great plan from Ewan there, and he's taken pole position by over a tenth. That's very strong from him.
Yeah, Ewan has been very Mr. Consistent pretty much. He hasn't left the top two at all for the past two races. Because obviously we missed Belgium a few weeks ago due to Xbox Live issue, but we can confirm Belgium is going to be run in the break weeks after Italy. So we'll get to see Spa then, but obviously the first week Jam Pancakes won and Ewan second, and in the second week, which was last week in Britain, Ewan won with Jam Pancakes lower down the field as usual. So I never expect a new driver to really top the timing sheets as much, but don't forget, Ewan is one of these guys who actually qualified for the esports this year into the pro draft, so he's not to be underestimated. He's fast, he's quick, he's shown that in other esports teams, and that's why VSR has signed him up for their roster, because he is just super quick where he is, and I'd expect him to be even quicker. He goes into the pits right now. We got Christo pretty good in there as well. I haven't talked much about Christo, but Christo has been lower down. He hasn't scored many points recently, but if he keeps up like he is doing right now, Dice, this could be a turning point for him.
It only takes one race. It only takes one race to boost your confidence completely. If he can set a good lap, he's currently fifth after Jam Pancakes, moving up into P3. But if he can just have one good race, it could boost his confidence. He could be, more sort of focused towards the game and towards the league, and that could just make him so much better. So he's in a decent position at the moment to pick up some good points, and hopefully this can route him on to go out and get a better position in the league. And to be honest, he's not that far off P4. Only a couple hundredths, to be honest, and he has got quite a bit of a gap to P6, so he's definitely going to be focused on just making less than a tenth to push himself up a little bit further. And at the top it is very tight indeed. There's not that much splitting any of them really, a lot of them pushing their hardest and slowly getting better. 3 minutes 50 left of the session, so who knows what we could see. There's still time for another lap.
Yeah, definitely. It's a calm before the storm, as it were, as there's quite a few people going into the pit lane right now to set their final laps. And, obviously it's quite a long lap, so they need to try and get their laps in as quickly as they possibly can. And some people may have left it a little bit too late. As Cleanser, I don't think is going to get in another lap at all. So that is his, I think that's his final lap. I think this is going to be his flyer. Nope, he's on a 0 mode ERS, and nope, he's not going to be on a flyer lap, but unless he can, because you can cut the corner a little bit on your in lap, so you can get in there quickly, but I don't know, it's going to be very tight for him, but everyone else should be fine, as everyone else in the pits or going out for their final lap. I'm just seeing who will be the last to cross the line. We've got Pietro, who I think is not going to get the tow from his teammate this time. He's going to rely on all of himself, unless we got to do have a tour also maybe going very slowly across the line. We do see yellow flagging set to one at the start-finish straight. Wasn't quite sure what that was. I did see a Ferrari. It might have been, actually no, it wasn't Cristo, but it might have just been people moving out the way. But I'm going to throw you a shot in the dark for your first commentary. Who would you say would get pole position today, Dicer?
Oh, that's hard. I'm probably, I feel like it could maybe, I reckon it's going to be between Lynx, Jam Pancakes and Ewan. I know they're the top three, but they've seemed like they've had some very good pace, and Lynx being able to work with his teammate, he could maybe do that again. I'm not sure it would work. I think I'm going to go for Ewan, just because he's got that pace straight away and he's got another lap to go. So I'm going to go for Ewan, and then I'm going to say Jam Pancakes is going to take P2, and then we'll have Lynx in P3. So that's what I'm going to go. That's what I'm going to go for.
That is a good prediction. That is a good prediction.
Maybe.
And you nicked mine. You nicked mine, because I was going to say exactly the same thing. But as rules, I'm going to do it absolutely different, because otherwise I don't want to be rude. I always ask my co-commentator first. I think Ewan is going to take pole. I'm gonna say, I think Lynx, I can tell Lynx has been putting the practice in. Lynx could possibly, oh look at this, they're giving the toe again, as Lynx has just gone into the gravel. That toe did not quite work out for the Toro Rosso driver, but Pietro comes across the line now, as he's gonna hope that his teammate is gonna give the toe to his teammate, but Pietro comes across the line. That did not help at all. So I think that's one benefit of the toe not working. So yeah, I'll say Ewan, Lynx and Jam Pancakes, I think. But I just think the Toro Rossos, with their team game, that could help them in the constructors as well. I wonder if there's any other teammates that are running quite close. Oh, I see two. Oh, Amazing's not running close. He's binned into the wall near Degner Curve, I think it was. But I can see on the map, Dicer, two Mercedes drivers are probably going to do exactly the same thing.
I was expecting Pietro to be able to maybe increase a little bit more, because I did see him taking some off of the Renaults as well. But Jam Pancakes doesn't look like he's going to be giving any toe. He's just gone straight forward and he's starting his lap. But could help Humperdinck. Humperdinck, he's been a wacky one this season. I reckon he can do decently this race if he can set this good lap. Will it be good? No, not an increase, sadly. But he's had some decent results. He's been sort of in and out between the top six. I feel like he could be quite strong here. I feel like he might be one to watch cut through the field, along with SSR Bobbers. He's down in 14th. That's not a great qualifying from him. And Anton's just gone P2.
Wow. And Ewan cannot improve, so it's a 127.0 for him. No one in the 126s. I'm quite shocked right now. So our predictions may throw for completely out the window. I think ours is all the.
I think Lynx has got it.
Yeah, I think Lynx could get it. I mean, he's going to come across the line now. He's 110 better. He's done it. A 126.910 goes for provisional pole at the moment. Jam Pancakes, he can't improve. He's got invalidated lap at the moment. I'm just going to see who else is on going across the line now. We've got two Renaults and we've got a Williams, which I think is a Maze, but he's going into the pit lane. So he's not going to improve. I do see a McLaren. That is Zetex. He's come across the line now. He does not improve right now. And we've also a Racing Point. I think that might be Flying Rosie. Yes, it is. He comes across the line. They're all taking the shortest line from onto the line. He qualifies 12th. Next, we've got a Williams again, which is lefted, which he comes across the line 3/10 quicker than his previous best. P6. And we got the two Mercedes. First is Humperdinck. And then it was Jam Pancakes. Pancakes can't improve. Humperdinck can't improve. It is now up to, and it can't be Antoine's to improve on because his lap time got validated as well. So, your pole man, for the very first time, considering he was in the assist league last season, is XR Links. That is a big boost to his confidence, if I do say so myself. 3 different pole sitters in Xbox F1 this season.
That is incredible how he's done that, and both our predictions were completely off, with the McLaren taking P3 there, and less than a tenth it was till to second. But very, very strong performance from Lynx, and his teamwork did help him, but I don't think he even got it on that pole lap, so that is incredible. And really I want to see what's going to happen with the 11th downwards, because Humperdinck pushed himself into 11th, but that could actually be a key point here, because it could be faster to switch on to the to start on the medium tyres and then finish the race off on the softs and push for that fastest lap. So strategy could be a call for the lower half, but an amazing performance by Lynx. That was absolutely incredible to pull that lap out, especially on his last lap.
I don't think he was expecting it, to be honest, Dice. I mean, he was expecting the likes of Ewan to completely smash him out of the park, but it just goes to show there is little margin for error. This is the closest qualifying we've seen all season. Look at the gap between first and second, 94 thousandths, and we got the gap to around about 9 tenths between first and 50, 1 second between first and 60th. It's just absolutely crazy. So let's go through your running order quickly. We got Lynx, then Ewan in second, Antoine, then Jam Pancakes, Pietro left it, Christo Clenzo, Triburn, Adam Dude, the Humperdinck, then LGS, Amaze, Flying Rosie, C-Tex, Roberts, Connor, and Hawk. And I think I've done that just in time there. But yeah, I'm impressed with these lap times. Pretty good from all of them. And yeah, we should be in for a cracking race.
I feel like Bobbits, I feel like he's going to be one to watch, definitely for the race. I feel like I'm going to put my money on him for most overtakes, because he's a very strong racer, and he's been put down a bit lower than I would have expected. So I feel like he's going to have to cut his way through the field and hopefully get into the points. But other than that, I feel like Lynx, if he can keep it consistent and keep it off of you, and he could take a win here, or at least a podium, and that'll be quite strong for him, as he did get a podium in Britain as well. So he's going to be one to watch as well, as he's going to also make his way up the standings. But Jam Pancakes, he finished 4th in the end. He's going to look for a podium, as well as to take Ewan, as Ewan is leading the championship, as it nicked it off him at Britain as well. So there's going to be quite a few people to watch here. This could be a very interesting race to see how far drivers are going to push themselves to catch their championship rivals. And as it is the start in such a short calendar, it's really going to be a good race to watch today.
Yeah, I remember last season Suzuka was pretty spectacular. Pretty much there was battles from lights to flag. I won't talk about what happened on the final lap, because that caused a little bit of controversy. But yeah, apart from that, it was just amazing. I remember Martin, I think Martin did a Hulkenberg towards 130R, and I remember Martin and I think it was someone else, they were fighting for a place around the S section. Actually, it was Pinecone and Martin, actually. And it was just absolutely incredible. If you want to check out my Twitter on that battle, I think it's still up there. Make sure you check it out. I'll probably retweet it after the stream, because it's just great entertainment. We may see stuff like that today, I don't know. But how brave was he to make a move on the S section? I don't know. But as you can see, Dice, we've got quite a few mixture. Well, we only got, in the bottom half anyway, only 2 people on the softs. But quite a lot of people have gone for the mediums outside the top 10. So I'm guessing they're probably going to do mediums to softs.
I was just about to point that out, and really it could just be the 2 soft runners are, well, the 2 Red Bulls, last and 17th. So they could just be looking just to cut their way through the field straight away and just push as hard as they can, because the start of the race is the best place to earn as many positions as possible, and especially when you've got so many medium runners near you, because that is the fastest strategy, mediums to softs. So they're definitely just going to look to cut their way through the field as quickly as possible, and first lap glory, basically. I thought that's going to be their goal, and just sort of build a gap between the rest of them, so that when they do switch on for softs at the end, they've got that sort of chasing distance that they could hopefully be able to maintain and take it away this race.
Yeah, definitely. And I'm going to ask you the same like I did for qualifying. Who's your top 3 for the race?
Oh, I'm going to go Ewan, Lynx, them jam pancakes.
I'm gonna go Ewan, Jam Pancakes, Lynx. And then Antoine probably P4. I think that's going to be my prediction. And let me know your predictions in the chat. As we're about to get this race underway, Raven in the Red Bull is going to be the last of our 19 drivers. We've got a full lobby, full grid anyway, of cars. I think all of them are actually full-time drivers, which is great to see. So the 5 red lights are about to come up on your screens right now. Lynx is on the right. Ewan is on the left. Who's going to get the better start out of the two of them? Let's wait and see. And we are underway here in Suzuka. And the one that's had a really good start is Lynx actually in the turn number 1. But Ewan getting a better entry into turn 1 on the right hand side. Potentially into the lead of this Grand Prix. The McLaren side by side with the Toro Rosso into turn 2 and 3 into the S section, almost getting a better run as well. We're seeing some contact at the back. We do have a yellow flag. I think Hawk has dropped a bit, and Adam Dude has lost it as well, so a bit of carnage up there, but brilliant start from Ewan, taking the lead already into turn 1 from Lynx there. He just had the edge there, Dicer.
Oh, absolutely incredible, but a load of mayhem at the back, a lot of front wings lost, and Raven, especially his strategy to cut through the field at the start has not worked for him. He's down last, had to let 3 people through. Adam Dude, as he's left the session, he's dropped straight away with front wing as well. And oh, that's Lynx gone. No,
Lynx has died. Where has he gone?
No.
So he died at what was Degner?
Oh,
no,
not.
Oh, it's a hairpin, not Degner. Degner was just before that. No, he was starting on pole. Now he's in nearly last place. I think it was just a spin.
No.
I think it was just a spin from Lynx, because there's even if it was damage, it might just be minor damage, so we can keep going.
Oh. I don't think he got happy. I think it was just a bit. I don't think he got damaged. I think he was just a bit throttle happy, and just looking at it, Christo's had a banger, and
let's go on board with Christo.
Nearly pulling a Rossi there.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, Christo.
But
sorry, carry on.
Side by side here with the Toro Rosso and the McLaren. Pietro's going to have the inside line. He's going to back out of that. Very risky through there. Could have clipped the front, but Christo he had an absolute blinder of a start over that to him. He's made his way up into P3. I was not expecting that. And Jam Pancakes up into P2. But Ewan now 2 seconds clear at the front.
Wow.
Already out that DRS zone, and that could be crucial. Because even though there's one DRS zone, it's on the main straight, and that's a big overtaking. That's probably one of the only overtaking zones on this track, and that's a big gap straight off the bat. But Christo's also catching Jam Pancakes quite rapidly, so this could be someone to watch. But it's completely bunched up here from around 3rd backwards, a load of cars all together, and there's obviously quite a big gap between those who have damage down to Adam Dude. But absolute train of cars here. It's incredible.
This is great to see, and Raven is out of the session. Not really a surprise there. He lost a bit of time when he had damage, and I didn't think he wanted to continue. But that's his race out of the way. But we still got 18 drivers, and Ewan kind of reminds me of what happened to New Zealand Ryan this morning when he took the lead of the Grand Prix. He was able to just pull away like that and get a few seconds per lap, and apart from that, it was raining in Oceania this morning. It's dry here, but Ewan doing exactly the same thing in 2.5 seconds. He's already out of DRS territory. He's already pulled away from DRS, which is really going to help him. And if Christo can get into DRS of Jam Pancakes, this could really set a disadvantage for Jam Pancakes, who's hoping to close in onto Ewan, but he's going to worry about the guys behind as well, and also Antoine as well, and Pietro as well. This is absolutely insane. I'm just going to see who else has had a good start as well as Christo. We've got Boberts, he's gained 6. Flying Rosie's gained 3. And Conoretti, he's gained 5. Amaze has gained 5. And Clenzo has gained 1. So brilliant start from those guys. Biggest loser, obviously, starting from pole and now in 15th. He's lost 14th position. It is Lynx. Humperdinck, no, he's trying to make head or tail of it. He's going to try and make the move past Conoretti. And he does it quite well, actually, as he's up into 12th place now at the start of Sector 2.
Humperdinck obviously being involved in that opening incident did not help him, but he has fought back nicely. And the thing that I've just noticed, though there is quite a bit of a gap between the softs and the medium runners, as it's so bunched up, people like Tribune are they're getting stuck behind Amaze, and it's not going to help him towards the end of the race at all, because these guys will be switching onto the soft tyres, and as it's quite bunched up, they're going to have that incredible pace advantage, and it could definitely help them towards the end of the race. But it's really Clenzo trying to get away from these medium runners, so there's a split definitely starting to form, but DRS trains as well is going to make it very hard to maintain yourself at the top of the pack, and this could be Tribbian might be making a move, and that's a yellow flag. I'm not sure that is. I think that's just LGS. Tribbian stuck his nose in there, and he's got the move done perfectly. He's now going to hope to catch up with the rest of the soft runners, but there's a lot of yellow flags on the main straight. I'm not too sure what's going on there.
I don't know either, to be honest, Dicer. I don't know what's going on with the main straight today, but I'm guessing people slowing down after the DRS straight if they couldn't get quite the move done. I'm not entirely sure. So Antoine's now made it past Christo, now up into third place. He's done quite well to get where he is. But yeah, I think some people are breaking it out of the DRS. Some people are still in that train. So I think we've got two trains going on at the moment. We've got Antoine, Christo, Pietro, Lefted, and Clenzo. And then we've got Tribbian, Amaze, Bobbert, Flying Rosie, Humperdinck, Conoretti, Link, Zet, and Zetex. I almost said Zetex, and I got told off last week for saying the wrong name. But yeah, we got our first penalty at Christo, as he's got a time penalty to his name. We've got Bobbert's really close to Amaze. He's probably going to be the closest to make a move here. So he's not going to. Don't think he's going to do it towards 130R, but we have seen moves on 130R in the past, but that just never works out. So he might try it towards the Casio Triangle. Is he going to have a look? No, but he may get DRS soon as well. No one is close enough to possibly get an overtake apart from these two. So we'll have to wait and see what happens here. Start, finish straight then. They're not taking the shortest run to the line, so I'm guessing he's on overtake. Bobberts, here he goes. Is he going to try for the lunge? No, again, Amaze with the straight line speed is definitely helping. Obviously, Amaze has also got DRS from Tribbian as well, up in 8th place for now. So, yeah, that has probably hindered Bobberts more than helped him, I think. And we'll try and get into the party again. And we have got, let me just see who's got the Supercharger Award this week. Oh, have you muted? Okay, that's all good.
Sorry.
That's fine.
I'm trying to get Bobberts in, and it won't let me invite him, so I'm feeling really bad, man.
Oh, it's Bobberts left?
Not Bobberts, sorry, Adam Dude.
Oh, Adam Dude left.
Only it's not there, me.
Oh, right, okay. Don't worry then. Don't worry. I thought it was just party having issues. But anyway, person who's got the Supercharger Award this week is Bobberts, who's gained 6 places. He's probably going to get another one soon, as Tribbian has lost it somewhere. Oh, no! Tribbian, I think, is desynced, because for some reason he was 15th, and now he's 9th. So I think he's having issues with his internet connection, which is not going to help drivers such as Amazing Bobberts, who are in a huge fight. That Bobberts, I'm really scared for these guys right now as they go through Casio. I mean, Tribbian, I know he knows he's got to move out of the way, but he's just, or they might not have problems. Tribbian goes into the pits. That's probably relieved Bobberts of his duties there, but that's not going to help him in the battle. Meanwhile, Pietro gets past Christo into turn 1. I missed that, and we got quite a few. Oh yeah, Tribbian has left. He's had internet issues. That is a shame. Right now, as all links, his race has gone from bad to worse. A 3-second time penalty for the Toro Rosso driver, and I think it wouldn't hurt for him pitting quite soon as well. And all these battlings up behind is allowing Ewan to really start for that gap. 5.1 seconds. I mean, you can tell he's fully planted into his space, into the car. He just knows the track so much. You can tell, Dicer, that he's been practicing so hard for this.
There's one person I'm going to. I've just noticed is Jam Pancakes. He's gone for the undercut here. And though it's giving you a big gap, he's gonna. This could be close here to see when Ewan pits. Can Jam Pancakes pinnacleize on this undercut? So it's giving him an opportunity to save ERS, and he's now on 100%. He's going to push here towards the end of his lap to try and catch Ewan, and Pietro also trying to catch Antoine. So it's all really quite tense here, especially these gaps are coming down more and more and more. And with this DRS, there's one DRS zone, the one.
Yeah, there is one DRS zone, and I think if Jam Pancakes is going to gain some time, I think he's probably going to gain it possibly in that one DRS zone. But I wonder, as I was speaking earlier on this morning, in Oceania, well, as the Oceania commentators were speaking about earlier on as well, the undercut.
Take control of it.
Yeah, I think we both just cut off for some reason. Like, you literally just cut off me for some reason. I don't know why. Can you hear me now?
Yes. Yep, I'm good now.
Good. Good. So, as I was saying earlier, the undercut, I think, is more powerful around here in Japan, as we saw in Oceania this morning. But I think that's why Jam Pancakes has gone for the undercut, and hopefully he could gain that. And I hopefully, did you say take control? I assume one driver as we join the session.
Yeah, Tribune rejoined the session.
Good.
Still not in, sadly. I think it's only Bobberts that can invite him, I believe, because there's no option for me to invite him at all.
No, I don't think there's any option unless we're in a party or something like that. So maybe someone can invite them when they're in the pits. I don't know, because I know drivers can when they're in the pits, but we can't, which is a bit of a shame. But we have got a train of cars going towards 130R right now, and I think Ewan has responded to Jam Pancake's pit straight away. I mean, he wanted to go for that overcut, and he's trying to. I think he had no other choice really, to be honest, as Antoine has gone for the same thing. Let's go on board with Jam Pancakes now. He's going towards Casio. Oh, it's going to be ever so close between Jam Pancakes and Ewan going across the line. I mean, I can't cut the tension with a knife right now, as Ewan is ahead. Yep, Ewan is ahead. Let's see what the gap is. Not that too much of a gap. I think it's decreased slightly to about 3.1 seconds. So that's still a good pit stop from Jam Pancakes earlier, which really helped him. But Ewan will be on fresher tyres, so maybe he could start to claw, increase the gap a little bit more, just like he did earlier on as well. I'm not sure who else has made the stop. We've got Ewan, Jam Pancakes, left did Antoine, Tribune. Obviously he had to pit due to front wing damage, and so did LGS as well. Everyone else still yet to make a stop. I originally had thought it was quite early to make a pit stop, but I think we've seen in other tiers that it is definitely not. So, you know, they might think that something else is coming along the way to force him to pit early, but we'll have to wait and see, guys.
That's what I was just thinking, because usually in 25% you could really last the softs quite a bit. But still, Christo, he's I think he might be trying an overcut on Antoine, because he's still out. The top three are all still out on their soft tyres. Link's up into 8th, obviously he still hasn't boxed. But one person, I said he was going to perform quite well, and I feel like he has. It's been Bobberts. He's been making positions left, right and centre, and he's managed to snag the DRS here on Rosie. And I believe he's a DRS trained though, so I'm not sure he's going to be able to do it.
Oh, LGS is out, his teammate's out, and it's a safety car.
That's a safety car.
First safety car I've seen in Suzuka at all in the streams today.
This has given Matro a big and a free pit stop, and that's the same with Christo. It's given them a free pit stop, and now Christo is out ahead of Antoine by a lot, and he's just behind Jam Pancake. He'll be right up on the back of Jam Pancakes.
Oh, this is exciting. And do you know who else is back in this as well? He wanted that safety car. It's Lynx. He wanted that safety car, and I think he's prayed to the gods, and it worked. To be fair, so yeah, he came back to last on the grid, and now he's going to potentially get a free pit stop from it. I mean, the heavens are open for XR Lynx. I mean, if he wants to make a pit stop, he can make it now and not lose too much time. I think all the top 8 will just have a blessing in disguise right now. They should pit. Because I think that's going to help them with their tyres. I think this has changed things massively. This is crazy, and the clouds are starting to thicken a little bit, so we could see a change in the weather pretty soon as well as it develops. Maybe that's why a few of these guys have pitted earlier to try and do that. I'm not entirely sure, but yeah, my oh my, I don't know who's going to come out on top here. Is it going to be the ones that pitted earlier before the safety car, or is it the ones that are going to pit now during the safety car period?
And Humperdinck, I feel sorry for him, he's just dropped a position in a safety car period because his game's just frozen.
Oh no!
I've just seen that, but
and
what are the
medium
runners going to do? Yeah, no, they're gonna have to though, because what tyre can they switch onto? They can't switch onto anything. They can't switch onto another set of mediums
Now I
because
was talking
you've
about
got to change
Humperdinck.
one tyre.
I was talking about Humperdinck.
Yeah, he's on the mediums. He's got to stick out. He can't switch tyres because he can't switch onto another set of mediums because you've got to change your compound every race. So these medium runners have kind of been put in quite a bad position here. All the soft runners have been able to switch onto the medium tyres for the end of the race, whereas and they've all been given a free pit stop. Whereas all these medium runners, they're going to have to be running on used tyres until they reach their pit stop period because there's no tyre that they can switch onto because they know where they can be able to run the softs for 17 laps. So unless it's scheduled to rain later in the race, they're not looking like they're not going to be able to make a pit stop in the safety car period.
No, that it is a very hard decision to take in this safety car period. Would I pit now or would I not pit? But I would agree. There's no point pitting if you're on the mediums because you're going to just lose so much time, and obviously the softs don't last for whole 17 laps of the Grand Prix. The mediums can, but definitely not the softs. So, Pietro, I think, is getting the most out of this situation. Yeah, definitely Pietro, who's right on the back of these lot. So that is going to help Toro Rosso in the constructors quite a bit as well. But Ewan's advantage pretty much is completely wiped out. So he's the one who's got the most to lose at this case. He was at 3 seconds clear of Jam Pancakes. The gap is now decreased a little bit. So Ewan, he's just got a lot of pressure because he knows that Jam Pancakes is fast. They were fighting each other in Bahrain and a bit in Britain as well. It is not easy for Ewan to battle against Jam Pancakes because you know Jam Pancakes could really step it up in the race if he has to. So I can't call it between those two. They're so even on pace, like we saw in Silverstone last week.
It's been completely shuffled this grid. Pietro's been gifted a P3 here because he stuck out so long on those softs, and that's worked for him. Lengths, he's been given a second chance at being able to cut through the field. I feel sorry for the guys who did retire themselves because there's a safety car now, and it would have been an opportunity for them to make more time. And Antoine has been horribly messed up here. He's had quite a few positions taken off of him because he was on par for a P3, and he's been completely messed up by this safety car. So it's completely shuffled the grid. All the medium runners, they've also been hurt quite a bit from this safety car as well. Their race has been hurt. It's going to be unbelievably tight because strategy now, especially for the medium runners, is going to be quite big. It's going to be a very, very good race from now on, and especially the tyre use between the rest of them. Jam Pancakes obviously on those more used tyres compared to people.
Yeah, definitely, and
Pietro.
Yeah, definitely, and Xbox, if you can agree, definitely brings out the best in Suzuka. I mean, I remember when Flying Finn won the title in Japan. I think it was season 15. I think it was season 16. There was some super close racing when I think it was the first race that obviously the title was decided already, and pretty much, actually it was the title decider last season, so it definitely brought out a spanner in the works for Japan pretty much. So, I mean, it's just, Xbox never fails to disappoint in Japan. That's why I like commentating on Japan so much. And the safety car is now in this lap, so Maze is going to be leading the car through, and he's already slowing down at 130R. I mean, he wants to try and floor it straight away, but you can see Flying Rosie in the racing point, just keen to get a good restart as well, with Bobbert in third, and Humperdinck's desynced on my screen. So it is not Humperdinck that's leading, it's Amaze, I think, unless Amaze... Nope, it is Humperdinck that's got the line, but I think his Xbox is still frozen, I'm not entirely sure, but Amaze got a good restart, and so did Ryan Rosie and Bobbers as well. Let's see how Jam Pancakes and Ewan are getting on. We've got the Toro Rosso of Pietro starting to take advantage of that free pit stop. He almost got past Jam Pancakes into turn 1, but decided to stick it out for now. But he could do it pretty soon as well. He's looking quite feisty at the moment. You can see a massive train of cars going right through the S section. They got to do it all over again to make sure they don't get any contact at all. XR Links has dropped back again. His race has gone from bad to worse right now as Hawk is, I think, disconnected, so he's ghosted. But, yeah, I mean, I think Ewan is still in the race lead for now, but not for how much longer. He's got past Z-Tech. We got Bobbers and Rosie. Oh!
Bobbers has gone.
Bobbers has lost it. Bobbers has lost it, and Pietro almost lost it for Jam Pancakes as well. So Bobbers, from a good start to a bad start, is down into 12th place. He's behind VSR Antoine now in P11, so he's got a lot of making up to do as well. As we got the Red Bull of Conoretti going around the outside of Bobbers into 12th place, potentially, hopefully, going to get some points. Now we've got Antoine and Clenzo going towards 130R. There's pretty much battles going everywhere, but meanwhile, let's jump back to near the front. We've got Z-Tex and Jam Pancakes going at it. Let's see if Jam Pancakes can hold on into the Casio Triangle. Let's find out. I think he does at the moment. This might help Ewan just a little bit. Try and increase this gap towards his championship rival, Jam Pancakes. Don't forget, Z-Tex has not made a pit stop, so he's going to find it a lot more difficult compared to the likes of Jam Pancakes, Pietro and Ewan to try and get past them. So my oh my, hopefully these guys can carry on battling, but the more these guys carry on battling, this is going to help the guys catch up towards the rest of the field, Dicer.
This is incredible. It's just like the people with the newer tyres, like Ewan and Jam Pancakes, just sort of cutting their way through these guys, trying to keep Jam Pancakes still trying to sort of stay on the back of Ewan, but it's quite hard because he's constantly having to make overtakes. But he's using this control by Rosie. Oh, Ewan, he spun it. He's kept it. What a save there! But he's lost a lot of time. That is incredible how he's done that. I
didn't get that save, sadly. I just caught the aftermath of it, but.
Oh, he just went sideways and just managed to catch his car after trying to make a move through the hairpin and it not working. But that means Jam Pancakes is right there on his gearbox. But the one thing I'm not really sure about is how Humperdinck is 5 seconds clear. I think that was Xbox messing up for him and he...
I think it's desync. I think it's desync, Dicer. I'm sure.
Yeah, he's been given a 6-second lead here straight off the bat. But look at the guys here from... second downwards, they're all just following each other, and Ewan is trying to get past Rosie trying to get past the Maze, Jam Pancakes trying to get past Ewan, and Pietro's dropped back quite a bit, but he's still in net third, so it's still all to play for these guys, and it's absolutely amazing here. And as you said, Xbox Suzuka is absolutely cracking, always action here, and Ewan is right over the back of Rosie. Looked like he's going to try and make a move through the S's, but it was not working for him. And Rosie's desync. That scared the life out of me there.
Jesus.
And he's now right there in front of Ewan. Surely he's not going to try and move for the hairpin again, is he? He looks like he might. This could be the end. And he's stuck his nose in again. Rosie's going to have to leave him room now. It's worked for him there. Now Jam Pancakes is a car to get through before he can reach the net leader here, and only a Maze to stop him from running off. It's gonna have to be real thrusters on for Jam Pancakes if you're gonna be able to catch him, because he's gonna want to get past Rosie straight away and carry on the back of Ewan, because only one car barrier between Ewan and an open track ahead of him. So and it looks like he's an amazing run through there on a Maze. He could even get it if he can get the... Is DRS enabled?
Yeah, yes, it is enabled. It was enabled a lap ago, Dicer. So I think Ewan is going to try and get the run on the inside as Amaze covers the shortest line, but Amaze doesn't have DRS, so that was an easy move from VSR Ewan. So VSR Ewan takes the net lead of the race so far. So obviously Humperdinck still yet to pit. I mean, that was a great move, but Jam Pancakes just can't get past Flying Rosie. Flying Rosie is having so much trouble with his internet. It's not going to help the drivers around him get past. I mean, it's not helping Jam Pancakes at all. I think Ewan must be loving this because he's able to increase that gap, but Pancakes just, you know, he's just not enjoying this whatsoever, because obviously there's not much room to overtake, potentially towards the hairpin, and obviously in the start-finish straight and towards the Casio Triangle. I think those are the only places you can overtake around here. As Pancakes going to try, no, not quite. He's got plenty of ERS though, so he's got plenty of room. But Jam Pancakes has got another person to watch out for in his mirrors. He's got Pietro. If Jam Pancakes doesn't make a move on soon, the Toro Rosso Dicer could be nipping at his heels.
Yeah, there's only one real positive, and that is the ERS. He must be very, very frustrated because he cannot get past. And this looks like a DRS train could be forming. But he's going to try it into 130R, and he just flies past Rosie there. T10 Amaze stands between him and Ewan, but it's now over a second, and he's completely overshot that. Rosie's going to get past again, and it's going to be all over again, but this time with a DRS train he's got to watch out for. So it must be very frustrating, just pushing that little bit too hard. And now, oh dear, he's now got a Toro Rosso right on his gearbox, right on his back wing, and that's going to be someone else to watch out for. This could be very bad for Jam Pancakes, and Ewan keeping it consistent, and he's gaining again and making that lead even more. So even if Jam Pancakes does get past, he's still got nearly 2 seconds until, if he gets past T10 Amaze, that is, before the pit stop period. He's still got 2 seconds to gain until Ewan, and he's also going to be fighting a Toro Rosso. So really, this has been completely thrown up with that mess up, and it's all back to square one, and that was rain.
I did see the clouds were starting to darken, so I had a feeling there could be rain, and I did say earlier that the people were pitting earlier due to the fact that there could be a threat of rain. Wow, I was not expecting that. And I do see rain on Pietro's car, so we did say earlier that the mediums have maybe shot themselves in the foot. We could be mistaken. The ones on them still on the mediums could still be on the shot to winning this Grand Prix as Jam Pancakes get past Flying Rosie at 130R. Jesus Christ, man. But these guys are going to struggle on these wet conditions. Like this morning at Oceana, we did see it was kind of wet to dry, but the track was just so damp that they couldn't go onto the softs. We're seeing the opposite around here at the moment, where we're seeing dry to wet. I think we're getting the same thing, similar thing with Xbox really, but the opposite way around. As we've got Flying Rosie has been overtaken by Pietro. I mean, I know it's too early to call it, but Pietro's driven so well. We could be one of the contenders for driver of the day so far. He's done amazing. He hasn't had a good race last week, but this week he's just been amazing. It's kind of like one week he does well, the next week he doesn't, and one week he does well. So, hopefully this trend continues where he keeps putting on lap after lap after lap and great battles as well. But I don't know, who are they going to... The question is when they're going to pit. The most crucial thing is, Dicer, is when the DRS disabled alert pops up on their screens, because I think that's the crucial bit. But I think they just got to go with their gut feeling, because sometimes the DRS disabled sign may be a little bit too late for them. They may lose a lot of time.
Oh yeah, it's Hawk disconnected. Yes, he is, so I don't pay attention to that. But unless it's like Catalonia last season, these medium runners could be in a very good position. T10 Amaze is doing some amazing defending off of Jam Pancakes, and Humperdinck, he's got quite a bit of a gap, so he could also be a person to watch out for if the intermediates do come along. But it's really all in the air whether or not it will actually be enough rain, because there aren't too many laps left. They're on lap 18 now out of 27, so there's not too many laps left, but it could be enough to get a place. Get on those intermediate tyres, and Jam Pancake just sliding past the maze there. That was a very good move into turn one. He's going to be on the hunt for Ewan now, but it's a long way away, nearly 4 seconds, 3.6 to be exact. And he's also going to want to get away from Amazed. Pietro has dropped back a tiny bit, but obviously he's just got past Flying Rosie. So it's going to be, this rain has added a new layer of strategy into this race, and could the medium runners actually have been gifted? And Ewan is also right on the back of Humperdinck, I've just noticed, so got to be safe on getting past and hopefully wait it out until the intermediate tyres.
Just look at that train. I'm sorry to go back to a different actor, but just look at that train from P6 to P13. That's just amazing. We can see the Ferrari of Cristo being overtaken by Lynx, but this is just... I've never seen the amount of cars battling around Japan in the space of a few corners. It's just incredible. I mean, 7 or 8 cars battling for the points here. Ewan's just got past Humperdinck. I think it's a bit too early to pit yet, because you can't, there's no damp bits on the circuit yet. You may see a little bit of it, but I think it may be a little bit too early to do it. It's just finding the right time, because obviously you can tell when to pit for dries, because obviously there's no spray, but in the wet you can't really tell when to pit really, so it is a lot more difficult for dries to wet more than wet to dries really. So yeah, Ewan did the right thing overtaking Humperdinck obviously, but maybe Humperdinck may probably help his teammate a little bit more as well, try and give the toe to Jam Pancakes, because you know they are obviously, Humperdinck must know that Jam Pancakes and Ewan are rivals as well, but anything can happen. You may get to the stage like we've seen in a few races in AOR where it rains, but it's just not quite enough to go onto the inters at all. It may just be this level of wetness. Oh my god, I said that wrong, but this level of wet all race. I mean, well, most of this race. We've got pretty much 8 or 9 laps to go of this Grand Prix. I literally don't know who's going to win. It's like PS4 where we literally didn't know who's going to win. But after there were so many cars battling in the space for a few corners, this time it's due to strategy. Which strategy's going to work? I don't know. We'll just have to find out.
And you can usually feel quite a bit when you've also got to rely on Jaff quite a bit for the raining, and I've seen Z-Tex go a little bit wide every now and then, so it could be moving on to that. It could be that this could be moving on to an intermediate race, and this could also be another chance for Lynx to gain even more positions. He's up into 9th now. It's been a good comeback from him. But as you said, it's completely thrown up, because if we don't have a person pit onto the inters, say Ewan didn't put onto the inters when it should be pitted onto the inters, he could spin, crash, and the lead
Antoine's out!
Antoine's down!
And what tyre did he go on to? Let me have a look. Mediums. Okay. I think it must have been a glitch with the game, because I think he wanted to go for the inters, but he selected the mediums. That's probably why. That is cruel. That is cruel. I've seen that on PC when I was watching a few races where they clearly on their POV selected the mediums, and I'm not going to say who, but it was they selected the mediums, but on a dry track it got them the inters. So, Flying Rosie's off, and he nearly hit Connor Reddy as well in the hairpin. Oh my word. There's completely utter chaos. Literally, there's lots of people, Dicer, struggling for grip at these later stages due to the fact that the rain might be coming on a bit harder, and it's just an in-between phase. It's not good for any tyre right now. They just got to make do for what tyre they're on.
Oh my!
Oh, there's just so much. There's so much battling. Christo
nearly losing it again. It's definitely getting wetter, but is it time for inters? Jeff can usually tell you, because though it's slippery now, you want to know how slippery it will be on the inters. And Christo's back in, getting a bit happy. He's catching that nicely. He's got good control of this car, and it's still on the DRS. But Z-Tex, he's into the box. What's he going on to?
We'll have a look in a minute. We had softs. Okay, so I think it's not enough for inters. I think we're seeing. It's kind of like the opposite to what we saw with Oceana this morning, where it was dry. It was a wet to dry race, and it was damp. And once it got dry, it was too damp to go on to a set of slicks. Whereas, Ewan's got a penalty. Wow, okay, but that means Pancakes will probably get some confidence. But yeah, but now it's wet, and it's not enough to pit to some wet tyres. I mean, you know, it must be a little bit of a curse that I have for being in a lobby with Xbox guys. I mean, you know, that is absolutely crazy right now. But we'll have to wait and see. I don't think it's. Conditions are going to get any worse. I don't think it's Christo. He's going to try and get for a late move towards the hairpin. Is he going to make it stick? Yes, he does. What a move from Christo. Wow. A points position for Christo, and on all the tyres as well. Fair play to the Ferrari driver. Can Cornerelli try and get on lunge into the spoon curve? No, he doesn't, but my oh my, Christo, you deserve a pat on the back after that one. That was brilliant. And another person to make a move towards 130R. Oh my god, he's going to try and make a move towards 130R, Pietro. And he goes round the Casio. Can he get past Humperdinck? Yes, he does quite easily due to that Humperdinck still will need to pit. Obviously, I think he pitted quite early due to damage, but these mediums are not going to last. I'm sure Dicer, Humperdinck is probably going to be approaching puncture territory soon.
Oh, it was the first one to bite the bullet with Z-Tex. He said, I'm not pitting again. He's bringing out those softs to the end. He does not believe it will get wet enough for intermediate tyres. Will everyone else? It's going to be like T10 21 laps on those mediums. And it's just all these people that still haven't pitted. It could mean that Lynx could do an absolutely cracking drive back. And even if Left did pits, he can make even more positions. And it could push him up into something like P4, which would be amazing for him. But that's if it doesn't get any worse. And the rain does seem to be increasing slightly. But
I don't think it's going to be enough.
Yeah, with the severity of everyone boxing onto these softs, I'm not sure people are convinced that it will be enough for the intermediate tyres. So it's really up to the drivers really if they want to try it. But it's really. Oh, it's very hard to judge. It's like Catalonia last year, where maybe someone might try it, and that will really give a idea to the rest of the drivers on whether or not it will be intermediate conditions. But it's completely thrown up, and I'm not sure myself whether or not anyone's going to try and bite the bullet and go for it. But this is absolutely cracking to watch, though.
This has been a fantastic. All of these races so far this season for Xbox has been. For F1 Europe has been obviously amazing. There's never been a bad race so far this season. They've all given it their all and given us some great entertainment to last for pretty much the whole 25 or 26 laps. And this is the first interchange conditions that we've seen this season, obviously, apart from the full wet condition we've seen in qualifying in Silverstone. I mean, I did say there needs to be up their A game due to the mix of strategies, and boy, I wasn't wrong with that. I mean, you know, Ewan has got a penalty. I know that. I'm not sure about Jam Pancakes, though, has got penalties, but I think it'll be too late to go on to Inters. I think they're just going to struggle so much. They're just going to live with what they got, but I don't know. It may be just a little sprint to the finish for them. I don't know. But Humperdinck, I'm sure Humperdinck's going to have no other choice. Flying Rosie will probably have no other choice as well. They've been on those tyres for the 22 laps as well. So, you know. And I'm just going to check if they actually made a pit stop. Let me just have a look. There we go. No, they haven't. They've got to, otherwise they'll get a DQ from the game. So I think they're just waiting for the right moment, Dicer. But I think it gets to a point where they just have to bite the bullet and just pit now. Otherwise, risk a disqualification.
It's getting way too late in this race. And I don't understand how they're doing it, to be honest. Like T10 Amazed, he's somehow still in third. He's overtaken Humperdinck. He's still in third somehow. 22 lap old tyres, still ahead of Pietro, and
he stays out. Oh my god!
Crazy.
Oh my god!
And
they're
he's
staying
out
out
again for lap 24.
It's going to be puncture territory. I can tell it. It's going to be puncture territory.
He's losing. He must be losing so much time though, and I've just turned the telemetry on, and I can see that they're having to let off quite a bit through scenarios where you wouldn't be letting off as much. So it's definitely a lot harder to keep control of the car, but surely they must be losing so much time by not boxing onto the softs, because surely no one, with only like 3 odd laps to go, surely you're not going to lose a pit stop's worth of time by boxing onto the inters.
No, surely.
Right at the end, so it
is getting worse, I can tell. It is getting a lot worse.
By the time that it reaches intermediate, will it be enough? Will it be worth the time of the whole pit stop, or will it not? And that's what T10, Humperdinck, and Rosie are all facing at the moment. So it's absolutely jaw-dropping on what's going to happen here, because it's raining, but the track isn't getting wet.
One person who is nailing these mixed conditions is Ewan. It was 4 seconds down clear one lap, now 5 seconds, now 6.3. I mean, I guess he's used to these conditions already. He knows how to deal with it, and he's doing a really good job, so he can afford to stay out just for a little bit longer, and hopefully he keeps up the pace. Jam Pancakes, he's doing well to keep up with it, to keep Amazed past him, and also Pietro as well. But you know, Amazed is staying out. Oh my word! Let's see. Humperdinck, is he staying out? Yes, he is. Surely one of these three has got to pit. I mean, they got to pit by the end of the penultimate lap or they get disqualified. Oh, phew, Rosie's pitting. Oh my God. Finally, thank you, Rosie. You gave me a heart attack by deciding you may not pit, but you're still pitting. That's good. What tyres is Rosie going to go on to? I think it's going to be the soft, surely. Oh no, Inters.
Oh, it's the Inters.
So he's bitten the bullet there. We're going to go on board with Rosie to see if it's the right decision to go on it. He has made a huge gamble. He's lost quite a bit of time as well. Oh, I don't know if it's going to be enough. It's still not enough for Inters, I don't think. As we're going to go on board. Oh, he's not that bad. I mean, he's still struggling on. The S's are going to be the deciding factor. If he loses in the S's, then we know it's the wrong tyre. But I think
he's losing quite a bit of time to the. That's quite a bit of time he's losing to SSR Bulbertson. SSR Bulbertson's gone almost off for 12 laps. So that's an incredible amount of time, and he's losing time each corner. I don't think it's worth it. He probably would have been better boxing onto the soft compound tyre.
I think that's what Humperdinck and Humperdinck has hoped that someone has gone to the Inter to see how they did, and I'm surely the ones who's still yet to pit apart from those lot will probably go on to those. And why is Humperdinck fighting Lynx for a position even though he's still to pit? They might have forgotten to pit, I don't know. Humperdinck's in the pits, thank goodness. Well, let's see what tyres he's going to go on to. I think we did see a Maze pitting as well. Thank God. Let's go on to Humperdinck. He's going on to Inters as well. Amazed. Inters. Okay, it could be Inter time.
It's only 2 laps, so it's a bit...
I think Jeff has told them to do it, but it might be too little, too late. I think, and the ones that are still yet to pit onto those Inters, I think if they pit now, they're going to lose so much time. So I think they just have to make out and just live with it. Really.
They've lost a lot of time, but they had to do it, obviously. But look at that, they've all of them have dropped, and it's and you know, it's the guys. This top 3 is very, very strange. Lynx is up into 5th, Lefted 4th, Pietro 3rd.
Lefted 4th?
I was not expecting that.
I was not either.
Lefted has made his way up into 4th.
He could get his first point of the season.
Incredible.
He could get his first point of the season. He's got 0 points before now, and now he could get his first point. That will be a good way to get his motivation up. Is getting points in Suzuka. I mean, he probably wasn't expecting that after a horrible qualifying. I mean, you know, I think the gifting in disguise of the changing conditions and the safety car has helped the Williams driver more than anything, really. But we're about to approach the final lap, and we could see VSR Ewan take his 2nd win in a row. Oh, that was a slide from Ewan. You can see that the conditions, it's just, I think the medium tyres is just not enough for these conditions. If the race went on for another, say, 27 laps, they probably would have gone on to the Inters now, but it's just too late now, obviously, and Ewan is just going to hope that Jam Pancakes is struggling as well as him in order to, you know, I wouldn't want to be in Ewan's or Jam Pancake's shoes right now. One costly mistake could shot them in the foot, and they could either lose a win or a podium in this race. Oh my God!
Oh my God!
Jesus, Ewan is giving me a heart attack at the moment. How is Jam Pancakes doing? He's almost giving me the same feeling right now. I don't want to be in any of those shoes. They just got to keep it together. You can tell that, you know, there was no way about it. They had to stay out, otherwise they would have lost the win. And they're keeping the same amount of time. Let's see how Ewan goes past Spoon Curve. He goes off the circuit. I'm worried that one of those two could get penalties, but that might not affect them anyway. Luckily, Jam Pancake's gap to Pietro is 8.1 seconds, so he's got more of a comfortable gap than Ewan to Jam Pancake. So, oh my God, this is going to get very intense. We're going to watch Ewan now come towards the Casio Triangle. It's the final few corners. It is not over till the checkered flag falls, so we're not going to call it yet. But he is driven superbly today. He has won last week, and he's going to secure another win this week in Xbox One F1. He's going to lead the championship by a lot more compared to last week. He wins the Japanese Grand Prix. Jam Pancakes comes across the line in P2 right now by 4.8 seconds. And Pietro, what a result. He's one of my contenders for driver of the day. And Lefted It's going to be a drag race towards across the line, and due to penalties, Pietro is in P3, but wow, left it in 4th, and Lynx has come back into P6. I mean, great stuff from him. And Trivian, I think his internet's back. He's come across the line in P7. Dicer, that was been one of the most crazy races I've ever commentated in AOR.
I had heart attacks towards the end. I'm not gonna lie. Ewan's car. No one could predict that race.
Me neither.
I'm sorry. We'll talk about a strategy, but that wasn't a strategy. That was on the spot thinking from all the drivers here. And SSR Bobbits is somehow in 8th after that very debatable qualifying. That was absolutely cracking. That was a crazy race.
Last season, Suzuka race was brilliant. A few seasons before, Suzuka race was brilliant. This season's Suzuka race was even more fantastic, I gotta say. But if I was to give driver of the day, it'll have to be between Pietro and Ewan. But I think on this day, I'll have to give it to Pietro. The qualifying he did was amazing, and he was able to keep up his strategy and pit just at the right time. I'll have to give it to him, really. Who is your driver of the day, Dicer?
I'm probably going to go for Bobbits, to be honest. He gained 8 positions in that race, and he was also given that massive piece of wing damage at the start. I feel like he had a great recovery race there, considering he was hurt at the start, and also he didn't have a very good qualifying. He was very, very good. He was very good at consistency and overtaking on a track which is very hard for overtaking. So I'll probably give it to Bobbits just because he managed to pull one out the bag.
Yeah, I think that was the right decision for you to go for Bobbits. 16 places. Also Cornarelli from 17th to 9th. He's done brilliantly as well. Great comeback drive from him. But let's look at your results. Ewan takes the win again. Extends his lead at the top of the championship with Jam Pancakes in 2nd. Pietro in 3rd. We got Lefted getting his first points of the season in 4th place. We've got Cleanser in 5th. Link 6th. Tribune, I believe, gets his first points as well, and I didn't catch the rest of the standings. I think the admins are going to hate me for that, but never mind. But, yeah, I think strategy played the key factor. It just wasn't the right time to pit for Inters, otherwise it would have been too late. To be honest, Dicer, this race had everything.
It was thrilling from start to finish. The qualifying was amazing. So close, and then Link spinning at the start and somehow being able to make his way all the way up to P5 was incredible. The on-the-spot thinking from the people on the softs to be able to, capitalise from that safety car and then somehow stick out on those horrible conditions on their really old medium tyres was incredible, and just everyone with some amazing on-the-spot thinking, great strategy. I'd probably say the medium runners did make the wrong decision by not pitting onto the softs earlier. I mean, Zetex did it, but he was the earliest, and he was still probably too late. If they wanted to box onto those softs, they would have probably had to have done it earlier, or even box onto the hards in that safety car period to drag them to the end of the race, because when they saw that rain, they were definitely just thinking to pull it right to the intermediate switchover, because they probably did see it in the strategy menu at the start. But that was incredible, and wow, I can't believe I just watched that for my first ever commentary race in AOR. That was absolutely amazing.
Yeah, welcome to the AOR commentary team, Dicer. Yeah, you wouldn't have had a better race. I mean, you're very lucky to get a race like you did. I think it's great to start on a great race, to be honest, because that's going to make you even more excited. Now, next week, we are at the Temple of Speed in Monza, and I think that's going to get even more crazy if we've seen what's happened this week. I mean, Turn 1 is probably going to be the key factor as well, and due to the fact most of it could be taken at full throttle, I'm looking forward to next week. Are you excited about it? What do you think we should watch out for next week's race?
Oh, watch out for next week's race. To be honest, Monza can be a little bit wet, but I don't feel like it will be a wet race there. I feel like Turn 1, first lap, I feel like someone's going to misjudge their braking zone or something like that. It could be something to watch out for, but definitely the 2 chicanes and maybe some very ungodly moves through places like Ascari. That could definitely be something to watch out for. but also consistency. It's such a fast track, it's so easy to just lose the back end a little bit on one of the curbs or something like that. So consistency is definitely something that drivers are going to have to watch out for. But it is an amazing track. It's a great track to watch a race on, and always is for thrills. So I'm expecting a very good race next week indeed.
Yeah, make sure you join us same time next week at 9 o'clock PM BST time for some more Xbox One F1 action. And if you're liking what you're seeing today, don't forget to click that like button and also subscribe as well as follow us on Twitter at ApexOnRacing. So that is it for today's stream and all the streams for Europe tonight. We'll be back in Italy next week. I've been JessGames95. Thank you, Dice, for joining me in the commentary box for the first time. I'm glad you enjoyed yourself.
Oh, it was an amazing first commentary time, and I'm happy to be here just in general.
Brilliant, and thank you very much for joining, guys, and we'll see you next week for the Italian Grand Prix. Goodbye.